swing and a drive. You can forget about this one, folks. 3-run homer way up there.
Hello, everybody, and we are back making the most popular video that we always make every single year, and this is us predicting the Blue Jays starting lineup and why this should be the starting lineup because we should be the managers for the Toronto Blue Jays. Ain't that right?
Well, I mean, if we were the managers, Chris, we wouldn't have pulled Barrios last year in the playoff game that early. That's all I'm saying.
Why you gotta remind us like that? Like, come on, man.
Come on.
I wouldn't. For the record, I wouldn't have pulled.
I'm gonna keep reminding Jays fans that until Schneider does something better. Okay? Because that's
I don't know what he's
infuriating
to
me.
Yeah,
The
that
guy
was very infuriating.
Anyhow.
Yeah, but we're doing our 1 to 9.
like-
Also, the bench.
Yeah.
The bench because the bench is cool. So let's start it off with leadoff hitter because this is
Before you start it off, Chris, I do want to preference. This is our lineup for opening day.
okay. Yes.
Preference. We're playing the Rays opening day. Pretty sure Zach Eflin's going to be the starter as of now. He's a
That's
righty,
crazy.
so just keep that in mind when we make the lineup. But
yes.
like
yes,
Chris said, this is our favorite video to do every year, and I'm looking forward to it, Chris.
Yep, I am very excited too. So let's start this off with leadoff hitter here. And personally, I don't want this guy at leadoff, but Daniel does. And it's going to be George Springer. I thought he was a really bad leadoff hitter last year. Considering we didn't have a 4-stick, he would have slotted great in that 4 spot, Daniel. But we have Springer at leadoff because you think there's no one else. I think Kevin Kiermaier or Justin Turner. But hey, go ahead.
I think the leadoff position right now is very, very thin. I think definitely throughout the year, someone else could emerge as a leadoff hitter. Don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
However, for opening day, Springer is by far one of the best leadoff hitters in history. You just look at he's got, I think, second most home runs or something from the leadoff spot. So
yeah, but
like
I
said,
want that at 4. I want those home runs in my 4 spot, not in my my leadoff spot. You know.
I agree, but I think starting off the game with a bang is good as well. Jays don't have much, I would say, leadoff ability right now. Like you said, yeah, we could maybe do Bijou, we could maybe do Schneider, we could maybe do Turner.
Because I want somebody who's going to have a good at bat.
None of those guys has ever hit leadoff in their career.
Well, Kevin did. He was the leadoff hitter in 2020, but the other guys really haven't. But the thing is, what I like about those guys, like Kevin, Turner, who's the other guy I said? Schneider. They give you good at-bats. Like, they'll give you, like I said, a good at-bat to start the game. Because, Springer sometimes just makes the first pitch and it's an instant ground out. And it's, like the other guys, Turner, like Springer, Turner and the other guys, they're going to see at least 4 or 5 pitches. And then they'll probably do something. That's what I like about them because they get to feel out the pitcher to start the game. While Springer's just like, oh, leadoff bomb. But
if Springer gets a base hit with that, now you got the pitcher on the ropes. So that's where my theory is with Springer. Let us know what you guys think down below. Do you think Springer should be the leadoff hitter this year? Do you think not? It's probably one of the biggest debates we've had with this lineup for the last 20 minutes. So definitely let us know down below.
If Springer does what he did again last year, this year, would you kick him out of the leadoff spot? Because he wasn't a good leadoff hitter last year.
Oh, 100%.
Okay, just making sure. Okay, let's go 2-stick.
Yeah, this is not set in stone. This is just for the game 1.
Who's our 2-stick? Daniel, who is it?
All right, 2-stick, Chris. We got the newest signing here in Justin Turner, and we have him DHing this game.
Yes, I think he will. Why would he play anywhere?
I think he will for the starting. I could also see him maybe play some 3-bag, maybe
maybe, but we slotted some other guys in there.
I think, and like you said, Turner's going to have insane at-bats. That guy takes quality at-bats like crazy.
And that's a good thing for a 2 spot, and he gets on base, which is great, again, for the 2 spot. He sort of protection for Vladdy, because you're not really going to want to pitch Justin Turner, because if you do pitch to him, he's going to hit a bomb. So, good luck with that. But yeah, we got Turner in the 2 spot.
Justin Turner is a good enough hitter that you can't just pitch around him. You can't just go directly at him, and you can't pitch directly around him. Like, he's going to get stuff to hit, and as well, he's going to get on base for a 3-stick here in Vladdy, who's playing 1-bag, who's going to give Vladdy some RBI opportunities.
Yeah, and you could easily swap the 2-stick and the 4-stick. Who we have is 4-stick's going to be Bo. And I feel like that's probably what they're going to do opening day. But for us, I want Bo at 4-stick because when Turner and Vladdy get on, and maybe Springer, Bo is going to be setting the table at 4-stick. So, yeah, but Vladdy at third. If Vladdy's looking like an absolute stud in spring training right now, you see him as he's looking like Macho Man.
He's jacked.
He's jacked. So is Manoah, though. That's pretty awesome. We love to see it. Yeah, but Vladdy, I'm expecting a big season from him, and that's going to be because there's protection in front of him and behind him with Turner in front and Bo Bichette behind. So we got Bo Bichette in 4.
I think Bo Bichette is by far the Jays' best hitter on this team.
In terms of like, yeah, I mean, if we get 2021 Vladdy back, I would argue that with Vladdy.
Okay,
but
2021 Vladdy was like insane.
Yeah, he was crazy.
I mean, overall, Bo Bichette year in year out is the best hitter on this team. That guy will hit home runs, he will hit doubles, he will hit singles, right? He drives in RBIs. So even if Turner does not perform to the third base Justin Turner from the Dodgers, right?
Yeah.
If he performs to the Red Sox Turner,
that's still good.
There's still a ton of protection behind him in Bo because they are not going to want to pitch like around Vladdy to then get to Bo.
Yeah, because then you don't want Vladdy on base. I mean, you kind of do. He's not really the best base runner. But you don't want Vladdy on base when Bo's up because, I mean, Bo will just slap a single to like left field or right field and then boom, move him over. And then you got 5-stick up. Who's your 5-stick?
Now, like you said, Chris, this is the lineup for opening day. Throughout the season, it could change. I could definitely see a world where we acquire some big bat, let's say, possibly depending on how the season's going, and
we still could
2, and the big bat goes in 4, right? So something like that could happen.
We still could grab one even before the season starts too, but I don't think we will. But let's move on to the 5-stick right now. I think we put Danny Jansen, I believe.
Yeah, we did.
And I like him there just out of pure power, the threat that he has of a power bat.
Danny Jansen is the best player on this team if he could stay healthy. Like, if you look at Danny Jansen's stats, he is one of the most underrated 162 players. He's just had 162 spread out over 3 years.
Yeah, and those numbers, what are they, Danny? If you were to add those up.
I think we looked at it before. I think it's something like he has 30 home runs. He's got, like, almost a 300 app. Like, he's got good numbers, and he's just made of glass. That's really it.
Yeah, so over his last 2 years.
Jansen is... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Hear me out. So this is Jansen's last 2 years, 2022 and 2023, 158 games played. So technically a full 162. He's got 32 bombs, 97 RBIs, a 242 batting average, 817 OPS, 127 OPS plus with 1 stolen base. So he's looking. I mean, that's a good hitter right there. That's an all-star caliber hitter. And as a catcher, like, bro, if you do that every year, like, that'll put you in the Hall of Fame. So
he just needs to stay healthy. That's literally it. He is the best. I will die on this hill. Danny Jansen is one of the best catchers defensively in the game in terms of game management.
He's very good. Yes,
he is so good. And the Jays pitching stats show when he's behind the plate versus Kirk behind the plate, it's a night and day difference between the two. So he's got that. He's also, like you said, got the super big power. And he's also just a really good hitter. He just cannot stay healthy. So having him in the 5 spot, I mean, assuming he can stay healthy, he's going to get some RBI opportunities with, Bo and Vlad ahead of him.
Exactly. And another guy who'll get really big RBI opportunities is our 6-stick, who we have Dalton Varsho. And some people think we put Varsho, right?
Yeah, we did.
Varsho. Okay. I'm just making sure. Some people think he should be slotted back in the 4 spot. I'm like, are you crazy? Like, did you see what happened to him last year when he hit 4-stick? Like, bro, I wanted him in the 9-stick. Yeah, I think he could be a good 6 hitter because there's not the pressure of being in, the top of the order or even 5. Now that he's 6, there's less pressure on him. He's also not at the bottom of the order. He's just there if, everyone else gets on and then he can hit, or he can start a rally for the bottom of the order too, which he's great at that because he can run the bases really well.
I was going to say, Varshall's speed is insane. Like, sure, Varshall had a really rough year last year. Yeah. You cannot deny that he was a good base runner, though.
He was fantastic. And the defense. He was so good. Unreal defense.
And the defense.
Yeah.
Him in the 6-stick, Chris, I think he does have the ability to possibly go up into the 5 spot, and I think ideally that's where the Jays want him.
I agree
in the 5
with that.
Spot.
Yeah.
But to start the season, I think 6 is a good spot. It gives him a lot of opportunities. Varshall's got a lot of weapons. He can hit for power. I mean, assuming he can make contact and hit for power, he's going to mash the ball in 6. He also gives the opportunity to lay down one of those surprise bunts that he does, which in a 6 spot, it's a good, it'll catch people off guard, I think, as well.
What would happen? So just say Vlad gets on, and then Danny Jansen, back-to-back singles, right? What's Varsho really good at doing? Dropping a peach down the line. That would move Vladdy and Jansen, who are not fast, to second and third.
Yeah, what about like a leadoff double, none out, right?
Right, yeah. If he does, yeah.
Varsho might even be safe at first. So
Bases
there's a
loaded.
lot of tools with Varsho there as well. I think we have to put him 6 right now just because I know they don't care too much about it. They tried it last year and it didn't work out, but the righty-lefty split, I mean, you
Yeah, I don't
got to
care
have
about that.
some type of it.
Yeah, I know.
So I think that's why ideally they want him 5. But you know what? I think he'll thrive in 6. I think Varsho's going to have a much better season. I'm not going to say too
I
much
think
because
he
we're going
will
to do a
too.
video on bounce back players or comeback players for the season. And
Mhm.
I think Varsho is definitely going to have a better season. I think he just, new climate, new place, new change, just too much at once.
Yeah, exactly. So let's move on to the 7th spot now. We're going lefty back to back here. We got Cavan Biggio playing third base. Oh, by the way, Varsho's playing left field in case you guys were wondering. I like Cavan at third, and we saw last year at the end of the year, Cavan was really good. Like, arguably, like, top 2 hitter on the team at the end of the season, which is kind of crazy because he sucked to start the year. But I don't like IFK, so he's on the bench. So we got Cavan playing third. And I just want to see him. I want to see him get a shot. And if he's not playing third, I think he'll play second, and probably Schneider will be on the bench. But yeah, I think Cavan is a
with
good third.
Biggio, and I don't know who said it. I don't know if it was you. I don't know if it was one of our friends that we were talking to. But just give Biggio a spot in the lineup. Keep him there the entire season, and give him 1 spot in the field to play, maybe 2. And
I'd
just
like to
let
see
him
him at
focus
2.
on it. Don't be moving him around in the outfield and that. Like, if you want him to play third, great. Give him as many reps as third as you can without moving him around. And, 7th, I think, is a great spot for Biggio. He can kind of turn the lineup over again, start a rally at the bottom of the order.
He gets
He's
on
got
base,
great plate
so.
discipline. He's on base as anything. So I like Biggio out there. And like you said, I think we talked about, I'd rather have him there over IKF, and I'd rather have him there over
Screw
Aspinall.
Yeah,
So,
I want IKF to prove me wrong though. I just don't like him. But
screw IKF.
yeah, but also one thing
Biggio
about
at
Cavan is his baseball IQ is arguably one of the best in the league too. He just knows what to do at any time, which is you can't teach that. That's why I really want him out there. Like we saw, remember those double plays that he made at third and like those double play at first? It was in Cleveland or something. That was crazy, and that saved the game for us. And that arguably won us that game to get us into the postseason, pretty much. Like we were 1 game above Seattle, I believe. So hey, maybe Cavan was the reason we made it to the playoffs. But I'm a big Cavan fan here.
We're gonna see probably a lot of Biggio this year at third, especially with how they've constructed this.
Yeah.
Unless IKF apparently goes, Mike Trout season and just hits like crazy.
If he does, hands up if he does.
I know it's like careful, but yeah, Biggio. I like Biggio opening day. Let him have it. And moving on to the 8th stick here, Chris. Is he still a rookie? I don't know if he's considered a rookie still.
Davis Schneider.
Yeah, we got the boy Davis Schneider here playing 2-bag to start. I don't know if he's still a rookie, but I mean,
is he? I don't know. How many games? He only played 35, so I don't know if he qualified.
If he could play like he did when he first came up, I don't know what he did.
Well, I don't know if he'd be the greatest hitter in the history of the sport.
Schneider where he first came up.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
First of all, the guy's got the best stash in probably all of baseball.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. He's got a good stash.
He's got a good stash.
It's a good stash. No, it's a good stash.
It's right
there.
Yeah. And I mean, let him have the starts at second base. He was probably the Jays' unsung hero of the season last year. Whenever went down, he came up and just teared it up.
We wouldn't have made the playoffs if Davis Schneider didn't get called up. And his projections are like only 12 bombs this next year with like a 270 average. Like, what the hell's that? Like, bro's hitting at least 20.
I feel like he's going to hit more doubles. I really do. I feel like he's going to split the gaps a lot more.
Yeah, they're saying 17 doubles, 12 home runs, but they also always lowball every projection. So just watch out for that. Because last year he had 12 doubles in 20, and he had 8 bombs in 35 games. So like this is a full 162. So I don't know what's going on with that.
It's just a matter of now will teams, because teams are gonna figure him out, right? I think towards the end of the season they started doing that. Can he adjust? And honestly, for a guy who was like a 32nd round pick or something,
yeah, for real,
he's adjusted a lot in his career. I'm sure he can do it again.
Yeah, definitely. And let's move on to the 9 stick here. This is Kevin Kiermaier. No surprise to anybody. I mean, surprised that we signed him back, yes. But, Kevin Kiermaier, 9 stick. Nothing really too much else to say. He was the best 9 stick last year, and he's going to be the best 9 stick this year. And, I heard he's focusing on power this year, too. So if Kiermaier starts hitting bombs out of the 9 spot, it's going to be crazy. I mean,
First
go
of all,
ahead.
Kiermaier, I mean, Kiermaier, let's just, quick stuff about Kiermaier. Going to give you platinum level defense.
Did he win the Gold Glove?
He's pretty fast.
He did. He won the Gold Glove last year. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he's gonna give you great defense. He's gonna give you some speed on the bases. He's gonna hit for a pretty decent average.
Yeah, like 250.
He's got an absolute hose of an arm. So I mean, that coming out of your 9 stick alone.
Hell yeah.
That's all we need, really.
Bro,
at this
and he
point.
hits. Like, I would just take him for
And
the
he hits.
defense. And he hits. This is great. I love Kevin Kiermaier. But let's move on to the bench now to wrap this video up because we're going on for a while. We got the GOAT, Dan Vogelbach. Welcome back, King. I love him. Just a power bat to come off the bench.
Yep.
DH, first base. That's literally it. IFK. He'll probably, him, Schneider, Biggio, Espinal, they'll all probably be like rotating around the whole season. We got IFK on the bench because we don't like him. Who's the other guy? Kirk.
Espinal.
We forgot about Kirk and Espinal. Kirk and Espinal. 4-guy
Yeah.
bench, probably. I think that's fair.
Roughly. And people are like, where's the extra outfielders? I mean, realistically,
They're in
it'll
the
probably
infield
be
already.
Biggio as an extra outfielder. And I heard David Schneider's working on some left field. So
Yeah, exactly. They're
There's
the extras. Yep. So, guys, that is going to wrap it up for the video. If you guys did enjoy, hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends. Let us know your lineup in the comment section down below. And we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
later.